Hey everybody, welcome back to Jeff Bowl Central. We got a brand new game review for you today. Oh boy, this is a special one. Doom Eternal, the sequel to 2016's Doom. Ow, that kind of hurt. It's a good way to start a video. We're doing good. Moving along. I really liked the 2016 Doom reboot. Because, the series had fallen on hard times for sure. They released Doom 3 back in 2004, and while it was liked, it was decidedly un-Doom-like. It was very dark and slow and methodical and very story-driven. So, fast forward to 2016, and the guys at id, under Bethesda now, created something that was really fast and unexpectedly just moment to moment, just action driven and fun. And it was very, very, modern take on the original Doom, but it retained the sense of fun. It changed the color and the campiness. Really, like people don't really think that about Doom, but look, I mean, it's like a space marine blowing guys away with a super shotgun and shit, like demons and hell on Mars. Now we have Doom Eternal, and to my mind, this is a really great extension and kind of like evolution of that first game because they've added some key things. First of all, there's more mobility. You have, for instance, you can dash now. You can use the super shotgun to shoot out a chain and draw yourself to a demon, right? And so they've also made it more platformy. There's a lot of really fun platforming, and I mean that. Like, the platforming is really fun. It's like half platformer, half shooter. Very unexpected. But really, the pride and joy, the meaty bits, the blood-soaked meaty bits of Doom come down to shooting, yeah? And this is great. This is a great shooter. In fact, it's a revolutionary shooter, and I will go out on a limb and say that. And there's a reason for that, because it's not just shooting. It's not just moving from one demon to another and keeping alive. You have to farm. You literally have to farm these bad guys. So you've got a chainsaw to get ammo. You've got the super kill thing to get health. And you've got a new shoulder-mounted flamethrower. It also shoots grenades of various types, which are really fun. And that, you light them on fire and they start dropping shields, And so you're almost always about to die. Unexpectedly. You're always like just seconds away from death. So you have to learn how to farm. And let me tell you, this game can get hard. Like, I'm not a great gamer at all. But I'm not a slouch exactly, and it was tough. Like it was tough. It was sometimes frustrating, but you know what? As soon as you actually learn how to play this game, and it will teach you quickly. There will be consequences. You will learn. Moving from demon to demon and farming and staying alive and just it's great. It's like moment to moment some of the most visceral, unique, revolutionary first-person shooting like that we've seen in a really long time. This is definitely special. Now, one of the other things that they've done is totally revamped the online competitive modes. Doom has a long legacy of deathmatch. In fact, they're the first-person shooter. Well, they're like they're literally the second first-person shooter, and they invented the first one. But 2016's Doom, the multiplayer didn't know what it wanted to be. It was a little confused. It wasn't not fun, but it was like it didn't know if it wanted to be Halo 5. It didn't know if it wanted to be Doom. It didn't know, Call of Duty. It's threw in a bunch of stuff. So they've really simplified it, maybe too much. There's only one game mode. It's called Battle Mode, and it is very simply one human slayer versus two human demons. That's a contradiction in terms. You know what I mean. And a room full of NPC demons. So if you're the Slayer, it's very much like the main campaign, like just standard what you'd expect from Doom. You again, it's you got to focus on the human players, but you have to farm to stay alive. You just do. And while that sounds pretty cool, the only problem is it's kind of uneven, I have to say. If you are a demon, if you play one of the various demons, you are so much more likely to win a match. Now, that's not to say that it's impossible to win as a Slayer, because it isn't. It's totally possible, but it is a bit of a challenge because it's like 1-on-2. And not only that, but the demons can respawn, whereas the Slayer cannot. If the Slayer dies, the round is over. And even the power-ups that you can grant yourself at the end of each round, it seems like the demons have like more powerful, cooler power-ups than the Slayer. So, and even the demons between demon and demon and demon. How many times can you say demons in a single video? We're gonna find out today, folks. Even between the demons, there's some unevenness. Some are more powerful than others. Some can last longer than others. So, I don't know about the battle mode. I don't know. I think maybe they went too far in the opposite direction. So I think multiplayer is still a mess, as far as I'm concerned, for Doom Eternal. But that the campaign is really good, and I enjoyed it more than I enjoyed 2016's Doom campaign, and I enjoyed that one too. Don't get me wrong. One of the things that I really like about it is, so we were talking about Doom 3 earlier, that came out in 2004. It was very, very story heavy, and if you know anything about the original two '90s Doom games, they didn't have story at all. Like you could read a little bit, and so I think that they decided that that's what they want to do. They wanted to go back to no story, basically. Well, I shouldn't say no story, light story, light story. They provide context through little pickup codex things, but nobody's going to read that. Some people will read it. Most people are not going to read that, just because it's a shooter. I don't want to stop to read. If I want to read, I'll pick up a book and play Doom later. That's how I feel. That's a bit of a, I don't know. Anyways, but the thing about Doom Eternal is that it really chucks back in some of the story. It's a much more narrative experience. Not to the point that you have like 20-minute cutscenes and huge breaks in the action. I feel like it gets the balance pretty good. For these reasons, my friend, Doom Eternal gets a 9 out of 10 from Jeff Bull Central. Wow. Wow. It's fun. Hard, but fun. Hey, everybody, do me a favor. Buy this book, God's Body, Book 1, The Fall. This is my latest novel. It's a hell of a lot of fun. That was weird. Sorry, I'm being weird today. I'm just being weird. Sorry. Giant city-sized beings beating each other to death and causing a global apocalyptic fallout. It's funny, it's comic booky, it's horrific. There's a lot of cool stuff. You'll love it. It's so much fun. Amazon.com. I don't think you can order the paperback because of coronavirus, but Kindle's always an option. Yay, social distancing!